So, Bloodstained.
Yeah,
Let's
Briar,
get into that. Yeah, you've been playing it, Briar, right?
Yeah.
How far are you?
You guys know I love broken things, right?
Of course.
Yes.
Well, here we sit again. I'm playing Bloodstained on PC, and it's a fabulous experience. It's runs buttery smooth. There's no problem with it that I've seen at all. On every other system, though, there seems to be issues. If you play it on the Xbox One X, you get 4K, but the frame rate is a little flaky. It doesn't quite stay at 60 FPS. If you play it on Sony's PlayStation 4 Pro, you don't get 4K, you get 1080p, but it seems to stay at 60 FPS most of the time. If you play on either of the base consoles, the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, you're going to get 1080p or 900p on the Xbox and flaky frame rates.
Oof.
And if you're unfortunate enough to be playing it on the Switch, you are lucky to be getting 30 FPS. And you're getting reduced textures and reduced like graphical fidelity and a lower resolution.
Jesus, Briar, how could you do this to me?
I know it's so I gotta say the game itself.
Could you explain what it is, Briar? Just
okay. So Bloodstained is the absolute definition of a Metroidvania game.
Really?
If you've ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, this is made by the same people, and it could be a direct sequel. It could be easily a direct sequel, but it's not made by exactly the same people. It's people who have left Konami, and they've created a Kickstarter, and they created this game.
Amazing.
And it's called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Symphony of the Night.
I didn't realize the origin stories of this.
Oh, yeah. This thing is hardcore Castlevania Symphony of the Night made in 2019. Well, it's been made over the last 4 years, but released in 2019.
Wow.
It looks stupendous. It's got 3D graphics, but you play on a 2D plane, right? And it looks absolutely beautiful. The artwork, I think, is really nice. I mean, some of it is a little hit or miss. Like, the character models for the people who actually, like, talk are a little bit hit or miss for me. The enemies all look beautiful. The backgrounds all look beautiful. The stages that you're playing in are incredible. The level design is amazing. The way you explore the castle, it's not Dracula's castle. It's like, I can't remember the guy's name. It's like Gettle or something
Bob's
like that.
Bob.
Yeah. He's basically
Jim.
Dracula. Yeah. The way like save points are kind of distributed around this castle as you're exploring it. It's like you get to a certain point of exploration. You're like, oh, I've gone so far, but I don't want to go any further. Like, do I want to keep exploring and looking for a save point?
Yeah.
Or do I want to turn back, get it, get my game saved because I found this sword and I found this pair of this armor,
Love it.
and I made progress toward like the actual exploration of the game. It's really well designed. There is a ton of character customization in the game as well. There's tons of weapons,
I love that.
different types of weapons. There's, fast attack swords. There's big, heavy, great swords. There's axes. There's staffs. There's kung fu boots. There's just the character customization is huge. There's a ton of different weapons.
The way they look.
Okay, so yes and no. You can get like hats and masks and boots and scarves that change the way your character looks.
Right.
But your character is named Miriam, something like that. And she's wearing like a short cut and also high cut dress. It's a very narrow dress. You can't change that. So you might find like a breastplate. You never see the breastplate. You always see the dress. You might change your scarf, you might change your hat, you might change your mask, you might change your boots, but you never change that dress. You can change your skin color, your hairstyle, like you can even change the character's voice. All of this is found in game too. Then you also have magic powers that are controlled by shards. So you go out and every enemy that you kill has a chance to give you a shard that imbues you with their power. And the enemy's power, it could be something like they just follow you around and help you attack things like a familiar. Or it can be like you get like a special power that you can use offensively, like this kind of drill sword that you can swing around and do damage with.
Yeah,
and there's
cool.
5 different categories of shards. So you have this like you really can customize your character how you like to play. Whether you like to be, very fast with a fast attacking sword, or if you want to have a great big axe and you swing slow, but you do massive damage.
That sounds
It's
awesome.
a really beautiful game, and it's really well designed. If you like that Castlevania Metroid type of exploration, 2D type of thing, where you're literally filling in maps, and then sometimes you'll see a door that's too high for you to get to right now, so that I've got to come back there once I have an ability that gets me there.
Some double jump boots.
That stuff is so good.
Yeah.
Totally, and then you'll kind of come to these points where, okay, I've exhausted the exploration I can do in this area. So you start looking around the map for like places with, a door that you obviously didn't go through, and you'll know like, okay, well, I'll check there to see if my newfound abilities can get me through that door or up to that, whatever. It's totally that kind of game, and it's done very well. In a time when there's a lot of those games coming out, like Hollow Knight, Ori, Will of the Wisps, I think, is coming out this year, right?
Isn't that September also?
Is that September?
It might be.
I don't.
Probably.
No,
I could be wrong.
There's no.
It might be November, but it's. I feel like it's towards holiday season for Ori.
I think it is towards holiday season. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just a ton of those games, and I really like
next
Hollow
year,
Knight.
actually. Yeah, that sounds incredible. Like I didn't realize it's actually phenomenal. A Metroidvania and actually made by the Castlevania creators. So
not creators, not the original creators of Castlevania.
Some of the developers, right?
Creators of Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. That makes sense.
See, I'm so sad that it's not great on the Switch, because a game that I really enjoyed on the Switch was Dead Cells.
Yes.
And any kind of game like that is so perfect for being on the Switch. You just kind of maybe want to hang out in the living room or in bed, and you want to play something, and those games are just so perfect for it. So that's unfortunate.
It was actually really refreshing. I've played a lot of those roguelike side-scrolling kind of games lately. I think it started with like Rogue Galaxy and Dead Cells. There's been a bunch of those lately. It was nice to have something where there's just progression, like straightforward progression.
Yeah.
Where I explore. I don't have to just play the first level over and over again until I'm strong enough to beat the boss. And then play the second level over and over again until I'm strong enough to beat that boss. It was nice to just kind of progress through a game. You do level up your character, you get stronger as you go, you level up your familiars so they get stronger as you go, you level up, you just feel constantly stronger. But it's a slow progression. It's not slow, it's a gradual progression, so you don't necessarily feel how much more powerful you are until like, oh well, I gotta go see the guy who crafts beef curry, so that every time I get, I eat a new meal from the guy who crafts meals, like I get a permanent stat boost. So I go back to the beginning and, I fight this guy that I fought way at the beginning, 6 hours ago. And I'm like, I just one shot him, and you just take like 6 shots,
Amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
But I was disappointed. I was waiting for it to come out on Switch. And then, the reports came that the Switch version was, coming in hot trash. And so I bought it on PC. And the PC version is phenomenal.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, the Switch version, like, have the reports been mainly about it docked or handheld? Because I'm wondering, like, I almost wouldn't mind sacrificing the resolution if I was just going to play it handheld, but if it's going to be dodgy frame rate as well, then maybe
both.
Not.
It's both. And dodgy frame rate in a game like this hurts, because
I want to ask,
you're trying to attack. So the only difficulty when you first start is normal, and if you take the time to grind up your character, it's totally a doable game. If you try and rush through, it's going to be obviously harder because you're doing less damage and taking more damage.
Okay.
Once you beat it the first time, you get access to more characters to play with, and also harder difficulty modes. And I believe there's a mode, I haven't gotten there yet, but I believe there's a mode that is a permadeath mode.
Oh.
Okay. I might just like hold out because I saw them tweeting, sort of saying they were working on some patches. So like, it's one of those games where I feel like I would probably play it all the way through if I could have it on Switch, because I would play it when I travel. Whereas if it's on a PC, like I'd get into it in one session and then I'd probably be like, there's so many things coming out, I'll come back to it. So
So I got a ray of sunlight on a dark day about portable, as I have actually been playing this game in a portable version, and that is using my iPad and the new Steam Link app.
Interesting.
So what you do is you boot up your computer. This is the most expensive way you could possibly play this game. you boot up your PC, and Steam just released the Steam Link app for iOS devices. So you can do this on an iPhone or an iPad. You might be able to do this on Android too. I just don't have any Android devices. I've never tried it. And what you do is you connect your iPad to your PC, and it's basically doing, that like remote play kind of thing, right, where you're getting a video feed from your PC to your iPad, and then your control inputs are going to the PC. So it's like, it's getting transferred through Wi-Fi.
Do you have to be on the same network?
And you probably can do it on cellular.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not going to be an awesome experience.
Yeah.
So. I've been doing it in my bedroom, like just laying in bed, playing on the iPad, and it works really well. I recently upgraded my home network, and that actually helped this situation tremendously.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
But I got to say, it is an awesome mobile game, and it's a real bummer that the Switch version isn't great.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they patch it up.
Bummer.
Even it just running at 30 instead of 60 sucks,
Yeah, for sure. But the Switch is a really nice console at the same time, but it obviously isn't like a powerhouse.
Right, yeah.
So there's compromises that have to be made. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that game now. I think I might have my the game that I'm going to play after the 9th once the Menagerie gets patched.
Yeah, it looks fantastic too. It's just gorgeous.
Nice, yeah.
So gorgeous.